The Black Dahlia, Hollywood's darkest unsolved mystery. This is literally Hollywood's craziest unsolved mystery. Imagine you're taking a walk in a quiet neighborhood and you see something in an empty lot. You think it's a store mannequin, right? Wrong. On January 15th, 1947, a woman got closer and realized it was a body. Naked, mutilated, and posed in a super creepy way just feet from the sidewalk. This was the moment the world discovered Elizabeth Short, who would become known as the Black Dahlia. For over 75 years, no one has been able to solve her insane murder. We're going to break down how the cops completely messed up, and I'll show you the most chilling theory of all, that the killer was a super genius doctor hiding in plain sight. How did one of the most brutal murders in American history go completely unsolved? Let's find out. Humanizing the victim. But before we get into the crazy details, you have to know who this person was. This wasn't just a headline. This was Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old woman who moved to California with huge dreams of becoming an actress. To pay the bills, she worked as a waitress, moved around a lot, and her life was a total puzzle for investigators. Friends said she was beautiful and fun, but her real life was nothing like the glamour she wanted. After she died, the newspapers went crazy and painted this wild picture of her, but the truth was way more complicated. She dated a lot of guys, but nobody knows what she was doing in the week before she was killed. The media gave her the nickname, the Black Dahlia, probably because of a popular movie and the fact she liked to wear black. That name stuck, forever linking her not to the life she lived, but to the insane way she died. The crime and the investigation's failures. Okay, this is where it gets insane. The crime scene was a masterpiece of brutality. The killer cut Elizabeth Short's body perfectly in half at the waist with what looked like surgical skill. He sliced her face from ear to ear to create a terrifying smile. And get this, her body was completely drained of blood before it was left in the lot, meaning she was killed somewhere else. The body was then washed clean and posed with her hands over her head. The killer wanted her to be found. The LAPD launched one of the biggest investigations in the city's history, with over 750 investigators on the case. The FBI even got involved and quickly figured out who she was from old fingerprints. But from the very beginning, the investigation was a complete disaster. Remember, this was 1947. Forensic science barely existed. There was no DNA, no advanced tech, and the crime scene rules were a joke. Reporters and random people literally swarmed the area, trampling all over potential evidence and contaminating everything before the cops could secure it. The media went nuts, publishing sensational and even fake stories, which led to a storm of false tips. In all the chaos, dozens of people, mostly men, actually confessed to the murder, wasting a crazy amount of time while police proved they were all lying. All this noise gave the real killer the perfect cover to just disappear. A killer's game. And then, the killer started taunting the police. I am not even kidding. Just 3 days after the body was found, an envelope showed up at the Los Angeles Examiner newspaper. Inside were Elizabeth Short's birth certificate, social security card, photos, and an address book. And here's the chilling part. Every single item, including the envelope, had been wiped clean with gasoline to get rid of all fingerprints. Just like the victim's body, which had also been washed. This told cops the killer was smart and knew how to erase his tracks, way before that was common knowledge. He even included a note made from cut-out newspaper letters that read, "Here is Dahlia's belongings. Letter to follow." And he sent more letters, taunting them. One note told the police to wait for him, but he never showed up. Instead, another letter arrived saying, "I've changed my mind. You would not give me a square deal. Dahlia killing was justified." Any fingerprints they found on the letters were ruined on their way to the FBI, making them useless. This guy wasn't just a brutal killer. He was a ghost, systematically erasing every trace of himself. the sinister doctor. With the investigation going absolutely nowhere, police started chasing a new, terrifying theory. The surgical way the body was cut in half made the lead investigator, Captain Jack Donahue, believe the killer had to have medical training. This idea led them to check out students at the USC Medical School, but they found nothing. But focusing on a killer with medical skills would eventually lead them to one of the biggest suspects in American history, a genius-level doctor named George Hodel. Dr. George Hodel was a famous LA doctor with a crazy high IQ, but he also had a seriously dark side, throwing wild parties and was rumored to perform illegal abortions. His name first popped up in 1949, not for the Dahlia murder, but when he was arrested for sexually assaulting his own 14-year-old daughter, Tamar. He got acquitted, but it put him on the LAPD's radar, and they started seeing some insane connections. The theory that Dr. Hodel was the killer blew up decades later because of his own son, a retired LAPD homicide detective named Steve Hodel. After his dad died, Steve found 2 photos in his father's private album. He is 100% certain one of them was Elizabeth Short. This launched a nearly 20-year investigation where the son built a mountain of evidence against his own father. But listen to this. In 2003, a secret file revealed that back in 1950, the cops bugged Dr. Hodel's house. On the tapes, Hodel is allegedly heard talking about the case, saying, and I quote, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia, they can't prove it now. I can't talk to my secretary anymore because she's dead. I am not making this up." Right after the bugs were planted, a newspaper reported an arrest was coming. Before it could happen, Dr. George Hodel literally fled the United States. He was never charged with killing Elizabeth Short. Other suspects and enduring questions. While the evidence against Dr. Hodel is insane, he wasn't the only suspect. Robert "Red" Manley, a salesman, was the last known person to see Elizabeth Short alive and was arrested for a bit before being let go. Mark Hansen, the nightclub owner whose name was on the address book the killer mailed, was also a suspect. A recent 2017 book even claims Hansen was the killer and did it because she rejected him and knew about his criminal life. Some investigators even thought her murder was connected to the Cleveland torso murders from the 1930s, another case with a serial killer who dismembered his victims. But just like every other lead in the Black Dahlia case, these connections went nowhere. The case file just got thicker with theories, suspects, and fake confessions, but no real answers. So why has the Black Dahlia case never been solved? It was the perfect storm of failure. A contaminated crime scene, ancient forensic technology, a media circus that created more chaos than clues, and a killer who was both brilliant and knew how to cover his tracks. Today, pretty much everyone involved is dead, and most of the evidence has been lost forever. The murder of Elizabeth Short showed just how bad 1940s policing could be and became a dark chapter for Los Angeles. Her case is sealed by time, leaving behind only questions, terrifying theories, and the ghost of a young woman whose Hollywood dream was twisted into an infamous nightmare. Her killer might have vanished without a trace, but the mystery of the Black Dahlia is bigger than ever. What do you think? Was it the sinister doctor, a rejected lover, or someone we've never even heard of? Share your own theories in the comments below. And if you want to see more of history's most insane unsolved mysteries, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.